remember the first time we came here? We even brought offerings and everything. And when we told her that Rex Lapis had been assassinated, she immediately threatened to squawk. We probably don't need to bring any offerings now that we've gotten to know her pretty well, right? Still, Paimon's got some snacks around here somewhere, so if she really wants something, we can just use that. Huh? Traveler, did something catch your eye? Whoa, what a pretty lady. Is she also here to visit Cloud Retainer? Yeah, you're right. Okay, but if we're both friends of Cloud Retainer, then we're basically friends by association, right? Want to go up to her and say hello? Helping you make more Paimon is Paimon! And this is the Traveler. Paimon doesn't think we've met, but we're also friends of Cloud Retainer. May we have the pleasure of learning your name, Madam Adeptus?
You two... What is this tomfoolery? Has this shift in form so clouded your eyes that you no longer recognize one anymore?
Wait, you're... Huh? You're the illuminated bird? But you look... human! How did that happen?
Oh, donning human form is scarcely any test of one's abilities. As for your confusion, one merely had no reason to indulge such inclinations before.
So, you're indulging now because?
Well, one has made plans to pay a visit to some disciples at Liyue Harbor. Taking on a human form for such a trip is simply a way to make matters less conspicuous.
You? Worrying about keeping a low profile? You're the one who likes to pop up out of nowhere all over the place. In fact, Paimon can think of several examples, like last year, when you suddenly appeared on the top of a roof without any warning, or... Hey, didn't we agree not to bring that up unless she asked?
Oh? So you have taken care to follow the proper rules of etiquette after all.
Well, this is all Paimon's got. You don't mind, right?
One has never found oneself lacking in basic comforts. On the contrary, it is the gesture that one values above all else. So long as you've...
That kinda makes Paimon feel a little guilty for trying to keep them for herself. Anyway, where were we before you reminded Paimon about the gifts? Ah, right. So by disciples, you must mean Ganyu and Shenhe. It's also been a while since we last saw them. Maybe we can come too.
One planned to extend the invitation even if you had not raised the matter yourself. Shenhe and Ganyu should be quite pleased to see you again. However, one would first inquire as to the reason behind your visit here. You have cause to seek one's company?
Yeah, we just found ourselves missing you and wanted to see how you were doing. We were hoping you'd tell us one of your stories. Who knew we'd run into your human form while we were at it?
Is that so? If there are no urgent matters at hand, then let us make haste for Liyue Harbor. Ganyu is likely still working at Yue High Pavilion, so that shall be our first stop.
Sounds great! Then let's all go to Liyue Harbor!
Ganyu has been quite busy with work as of late. One can count on one talon the number of times she returns to Mount Outsong each year. Shenhe has also secured employment recently. In her correspondence with me, she wrote that she shall have no need to return for the foreseeable future. They think one was so easily mulliganed. Yeah! Skyward!
We're almost at Way High Pavilion. Hey, do you think Ganyu will be shocked to see Cloud Retainer like this? Guess we have no idea if Shenhe and Ganyu have ever seen her in this form before. Wait, where did she go?
quietly now. One shall stay here. You two can go and meet with her.
But why? Isn't it better if we all go together?
If one were to proudly proclaim one's presence, Ganyu would surely profess herself otherwise unoccupied and drop everything to attend to one's visit. One fears that would only result in her staying up all night to make up for lost time. One does not wish to trouble.
Fair enough. Makes sense. All right, then we'll just pass on.
Cloud Retainer?
Oh,
Oh, busted.
Is that lady someone you know, Miss Ganyu?
She is indeed. I'm sorry, Xianyun, but could we delay the upcoming meeting for a little bit?
Oh, not to worry, Miss Ganyu.
Thank you, Xianyun.
It's been a while, Ganyu.
Greetings. What brings you here today? And Cloud Retainer, too. It's been quite some time since I last saw you in this form.
you are quite mistaken. One is not acquainted with this Cloud Retainer of whom you speak. One is simply a mere mortal passerby.
Huh?
Seems she's not buying it.
That was but a simple test. One did not expect you.
But recognizing you is, my responsibility as your
An apt observation. One was simply passing by while attending.
Wait, Paimon wasn't aware of any important... Cloud Retainer's right! We've still got something super important to do, so we can't stay here for too long today.
Oh, is that so? But it's been so long since we last saw each other.
One simply desired to see you.
I understand. That should be fine.
While one acknowledges the amount of work that you have to deal with every day, one must also remind you to rest. Though, it still makes one nostalgic to see you as you are now, respected and independent. When you were young, you oft begged one to cuddle you to sleep when you suffered from nightmares.
Cloud Retainer! Stop!
If you insist. We are running short on time regardless.
Wow, you've been to so many new places since the last time we... Also, forgive me for my presumptuousness, Cloud Retainer.
A human name? Huh.
You really think so? Not that you're not famous.
You presume to know the extent of one's illustrious achievements. One would hardly think such a thing to be possible.
Xianyun?
I assume that's a reference to the full record of Pristine Pavilion. An adeptus of years past would rise with the clouds and...
Oh, that sounds super cool! Paimon feels like...
Actually, those lines were originally written to describe Cloud Retainer herself.
Huh? Wait, so you're really that powerful?
And what of it? Did you truly take one to be nothing more than a bird of bigger than average size?
Not exactly.
To be fair, Cloud Retainer rarely speaks of her past accomplishments. It is said that although I did not live on top of the drought, a noxious gas also began. The books had this to say about what... Upon arrival, the...
Wow. That's incredible!
Mortal records add embellishments to dramatize past events.
Even so, Oh, Paimon, so...
How laughable. A name is but a simple label we carry with a...
That's a real...
Well, that is quite enough ancient history for now. Ganyu, have you had word from Shenhe? One has heard that she procured a job recently. Have you any thoughts on her workplace? And moreover, does she...
That is a lot of questions.
There is no cause for concern, Cloud Retainer. Wanmin Restaurant's business has been booming recently.
So I see. Most excellent. Now, it is almost time to partake in the victuals of noon. One shall visit Wanmin Restaurant in person and see how Shenhe is doing.
Huh? But didn't you just say that you had something important to do?
Can that wait until after we've eaten?
You may return to your work, Xianyun. One shall see to this matter on one's own.
Of course, Cloud Retainer. Please take care. Traveler, Paimon, I'll see you some other time.
See you around, guys. Paimon was pretty quick on the uptake there, don't you think? As soon as you mentioned important business to attend to, Paimon realized that you were just looking to cut the conversation short and not take too much of Ganyu's time. Is Paimon right?
No, in fact, it was not an excuse. One is indeed visiting Liyue Harbor for an important purpose.
Wait, for real?
The moment is not yet upon us. Still, the truth will be revealed to you in time.
She really seems to be playing up the whole mystique.
You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, how can I not? Not even fine food is enough to distract from the presence of a fine lady, eh?
Oh, I'm far more interested in getting her details than ordering any dishes. Hey, how about you ask her?
You do it.
No. I think you should. Wait, she's coming.
What can I get for you today?
Greetings, miss. I was just wondering if you'd be...
What would you like to order?
2 servings of Mora meat to go. Good chat. Bye.
Shenhe!
Welcome. It's been a while. May I take your order?
Don't welcome us as guests and greet us as old friends in the same line. It's weird.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and this is?
This is Miss Xianyun.
Master?
Huh?
One does not recall ever revealing this form to you before. How were you able to ascertain one's true identity with such ease?
I've trained and lived with Master for more than 10 years. I would recognize you no matter what form you take.
You...
Is something the matter, Master?
Hardly. One simply learned of your employment from your letter and came to check on your well-being.
And check out the great food, too.
Indeed. It's...
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and Paimon. Are you here for Shenhe? The lunch rush isn't in yet, Shenhe. So, I've got things covered for now. Go ahead, sit down and enjoy some time with your friends. I'll let you know if things pick up.
Thank you, Chef Mao.
Woohoo!
Still, the work here entails dealing with quite a varied group of people. Has this been difficult for you, Shenhe?
It's been manageable so far.
Seems like you've been making
First, I try to talk sense into them. If that doesn't work, I threaten them with violence. At this point, they usually decide they are in favor of a civil...
how should Paimon put this?
Oh, a sense...
And you, Master? How have you been?
Simply marvelous. Though Mount Outsong...
I see. I have missed Master quite a bit, too. Even though work has been busy lately, I've already had a conversation with Chef Mao about taking some time off soon to visit Master.
Oh, you did? Do make note of such matters in your letters in the future. There's hardly a need to keep one in suspense.
Whoa. Her mood shot up just like that.
By the way, Master, since you are in Liyue Harbor, have you had the chance to visit Ganyu?
Indeed. She is similarly...
Ganyu told us the story of Cloud Retainer's name. It was amazing. We never knew how powerful she was before.
I see. In that case, allow me to also share a story about Master's past.
Oh?
Is that a problem, Master?
No, not a problem. One was simply caught off guard. But no matter. Please, proceed. One is most curious to see how much of one's own conversational prowess you possess.
Master once participated in response.
Huh. What
It was a mechanical vehicle made out of iron. What was it called again?
Oh, you refer to the bicyclical... Oh, it boggles... Alas, the one flaw of my mechanism lay in its weakness against mountainous terrain. One was thwarted mere seconds from victory, when it was thrown off course and failed to make it across the final stretch.
Master, that was the end of that story.
Is that so?
Have you been lonely?
Lonely? 'Tis a most foreign sentiment. What is the reason for that look upon your face?
It's nothing. It's just... Well, Paimon gained a lot of respect for you after listening to that story of you summoning the rain and everything. But all it took was a few words out of your mouth, and it's like you're back to being that illuminated bird again. Paimon's just a little bit confused. Which one of the two is the real Cloud Retainer?
To me, they are both, Master. One is the Master that's widely revered.
Huh. This is not to say that...
She got, like, what, 2 sentences of flattery from her disciple? And
Do you have any empty tables?
Hey there, could we get another fish stew?
I'm hearing more guests come in. I should get back to work.
all right, good luck with the...
Mm-hmm.
So much yummy food! Paimon's gonna feast!
One is fond of the dishes here.
Everything's so tasty! A bit too hot at times, but still...
I'm sorry, miss, but our tables are full.
Shall we try somewhere else, Granny?
But it smells...
Well, you...
Okay, Excuse me. Would you mind letting us share a table with you? Ah, well, Paimon doesn't mind. What about you guys? Great. Granny? Yep. No. Yeah. A lot of people compliment Granny on her youthful looks. Granny? Why don't you take a seat? Come on, it's not polite to stare.
Huh. Have we met before?
No.
'Tis a fated meeting, then. Please, take a seat.
What would you like to eat, Granny?
I want...
No, not this again. Granny, there's no braised earthworms on the menu. Braised earthworms? Well, that sounds weird. Do people actually eat that? Right, that's what Paimon was thinking too. Need any help? Help? Oh, do you mean with... Thanks, that's nice of you. Actually, her memories... They died young. Oh, but it's okay. Wow.
And me? Oh, what about me?
You're tough too, Granny.
Yes, and it's hardly as if I forget everything. I still remember the important things. Wait, what was that really important thing? Ah, I remember now. It was a dream.
Huh?
It was just a...
Wait, so you have a reoccurring dream where someone's talking to you? That sounds spooky. Oh, does that mean you're possessed?
Unlikely. Her eyes are clear, and her breathing remains calm and level. One sees no signs of possession.
Are you sure?
Who do you take me for? Is one not an adept?
You're right. Paimon almost forgot you're the expert. And that...
Not anymore.
Yeah, this is just getting weirder and weirder. What is going on here?
As one said,
Are you sure? Paimon's Paimon.
just Xianyun.
Thank you all so much. Oh, we don't need any payment for this. You're welcome. But Miss Xianyun, what exactly can we do to help out this Grand? Oh, we have to go out.
That is elementary. Since her dreams portray her younger self, then we shall retrace...
Sounds like a plan. So, Granny, do you remember which places you went to when you were young?
Why, of course.
Okay.
Might have an idea. Once, when I was really little, my dad told me the granny, if it's true, then maybe they wrote about it.
A martial arts heroine? Oh, Shinjo knows tons about Liyue's chivalric traditions. If anyone
Are you leaving already?
I'll go order some food, Granny.
It seems we must part ways for now. The Traveler and Paimon are bound for the Xianyun Commerce Guild, while Yuendai and Shuyu shall remain here and partake of their lunch. As for myself, I have matters to discuss with Streetward Rambler.
Streetward Rambler? Oh, you mean Madam Ping!
Precisely.
To your heart's content. Today is my festive.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Huh. It's you two.
Shinjo!
I can't pin...
Nameless
That's right. All they knew was that after the drought and the way this name...
Thanks a lot, Shinjo.
It's nothing at all. Just...
Well, Paimon still thinks that's super...
Let me think. In the novels, the nameless heroine, perhaps the real-life heroine who You're well. It's rare for a chivalric hero to fade into... I've never understood...
We'll be sure to tell you if we manage to uncover the truth.
That's a deal. Perhaps.
Paimon feels like we just learned so much from Shin... Oh, right! There's a drought in this story, too!
Well, so while droughts do happen, the crops wither...
That sounds...
Yeah. Still, they say that back in those days, disasters were both more do you have any other questions?
We're good for now. We're just going to head back and meet up with Miss Xianyun and the Paimon hopes that Anyway, we'll be off now. See you some other time, Shinjo. Thank you so much.
It's no problem at all.
Yeah! Skyward!
The key here is consumer psychology.
Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Scatter! Yeah!
I have recorded the tune that you requested. I hope it will be of help to you.
Oh, thank... Streetward... Ping. What has amused you so?
Oh, it's no serious matter. I was just reminiscing about the last time I saw you in this form. Time has wrought such...
Time has little bearing on one's existence.
Oh, why so formal all of a sudden? I must say, you're making me a little nervous. What is it?
Well, the inquiry is approximately how much more would one need to afford a comfortable life in the harbor. Not a...
It does not require as much...
Cloud Retainer, Madam Ping!
Nothing save for some trivial matters.
Shinjo has a theory, but let's save it for when...
Do not be troubled, young lady. Here, have some tea.
Thank you so much.
What do you think, Shuyu? Does it match up with what you know of your granny?
According to the story, the nameless heroine eventually fell in love with an exorcist from Mount Tianheng. Maybe... that's my grandpa. I don't have many memories of him, but there was this one time I found a box in our attic full of a bunch of weird sigils. I think so too. Granny might remember something once she's returned to a familiar place.
What marvelous tea. It's as if I was taking a stroll in the mountain.
Is that so?
Thank you.
Okay, sure thing. I have a secret I want to tell you.
Yeah. What's wrong?
Well, I've been...
Oh! How about that? Must have been a slip of the tongue.
One is indeed.
Huh?
I knew it. Well, one time when I was a little kid, I had this soup. She put me on her back. I really wanted to so
pure... Have you ever met one that's pure white, Cloud Retainer?
That's weird. Well, even if it was just in my...
Leave it to us! Let's go to Wangshu Inn first!
Okay, I'll go get Granny.
Yeah! Got her!
Wangshu Inn. Wangshu Inn.
Do you remember this place, Granny?
Yes. The fish here is very delicious. And if you look out into the distance, you can always spot a bird that's been left behind by its flock. I believe I used to have a room here. It had a window. Yes, I spent a lot of time looking out that window. Which room was it again? Let me look.
I'll come with.
Paimon's still having some trouble understanding what she's talking about, but if she's so familiar with this place, that must mean she lived here, right? Wait, huh? Whoa! Shell! What are you doing here all of a sudden? You scared the living daylights out of Paimon!
I sensed a non-human presence and decided to come take a look. If you're here, then there's likely no trouble afoot. I suppose there's no cause for concern. It's been a while, Cloud Retainer. I see you have returned to your previous form. I have indeed. I fought alongside her in this form on many occasions during the Archon War.
Oh, wow! What was she like during the war? Oh, wait, let Paimon take a guess. Was it anything like this?
Behold, the glory of one's newest invention, the Bang Bang Continuous Fire Mechanism. Hands up and surrender, or be prepared to face the full might of the Adepti.
An impressive imitation.
Paimon knows her all too well.
Even so, Cloud Retainer was not always as ostentatious as you describe. You may be unaware, but her talent with Adepti sigils is just as formidable as her skill in mechanics. The Archon War reached its peak after Guizhong's death. The Cloud Retainer who fought beside me in those devastating battles was taciturn and solemn, only speaking when she had to activate her sigils.
A Cloud Retainer who barely talks? Paimon can't picture it. But what happened after that? If you were so powerful in your human form, why did you decide to take up your bird form again?
Once one had bid farewell to the world of mortals, what use would one still have for such a shape? When dwelling between mountain and forest, away from the struggles and troubles of the mortal world, a mortal form is hardly the most fitting of choices.
After the war, Cloud Retainer retired to Mount Outsong, only revealing herself to the occasional visitor. And always in her avian. Although I do
one believes there is little...
Granny, are you okay?
Perhaps this conversation should you encounter...
Everyone! I think Granny...
Slowly now. Calm.
A long time ago, I stayed here to recuperate from my illness.
Huh. So what Shinto said was true! You did fall ill! Was that why you went into hiding?
I don't remember. I'm very sorry, but I can't even remember the name of my illness. The only thing I can remember is that it took a great toll on me, and there was no cure for it. I was confined to my room in Wangshu Inn, where I spent many days. One day, he told me that the pills were
Wait, but if you're... And it was all...
I'm sorry, Hey! Oh, fret not, dear child.
The recovery of a person's memories is a great...
Next location... There isn't after all.
Yeah! Got her! Yeah! Skyward! Got her! Yeah! Skyward! Got her! Skyward! Got her!
I don't Still, I was...
Huh?
I'm not sure.
Skyward! Got her! Yeah! Skyward! Got her!
Whoa, why are there so many treasure hoarders here? Guess it's time to round up some bad guys. My apologies.
Skyward!
You're open!
Skyward! Scatter! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
The hunter becomes the...
Do you remember any...
Let me think.
Got it.
Wait a second. If I remember correctly, I believe I brought... yes. I brought some sweet snacks with me. Go on, take some. You need to eat a lot if you want to grow big and strong.
Oh, thank you! Then Paimon will help herself.
Skyward! Scatter!
You.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah!
Paimon sees an abandoned house. Why don't we take a break over there?
This
Did you remember something, Granny?
I remember. It was a moonless night. I had been injured, so your grandpa was supporting me. We fled together with some being in the fog behind. I had exhaust. I remembered I alone.
Sin?
I don't know. Eventually, the house was filled with the sound of my baby's first cries.
My dad?
He was my pride and joy. And so are you, but you're always going to be different from me. I
don't care what you might...
You're too sweet, Shuyu. I'm lucky to have you with me. If not for you, I would not have had... All right. Let's not step...
If one recalls correctly, the next place should be Xianyun Peak. Yuandai, how fares your health?
I may be a bit slow, but I'll do my best to keep up. I'm sorry to keep everyone waiting.
Climb on. I shall carry you to the top. Oh, such lightness of weight.
All...
Does this place feel familiar?
Let me see. How strange. When we were at Wangshu Inn and the abandoned house earlier, though I couldn't remember everything, I still felt a sense of... But here, I don't have that feeling. Perhaps I did come here in the past, but it just...
But did the stories get it wrong then? Yeah, that's true. Paimon was hoping...
I'm sorry to disappoint you too.
It's all right. We're not...
Thank you. Huh? That way. What's that mountain?
Oh, let Paimon look! Huh? Isn't that Mount Outsong? Looks like we've come full...
Mount Outsong. Mount Outsong.
Granny, are you okay? Don't push yourself, Granny. It's okay if you...
Mount Outsong.
It does, but I...
Are you feeling...
My head...
Cloud... Miss Xianyun, is there anything you can do?
Let us go to Mount Outsong.
But...
Fret not. You may leave the rest to me. I've prepared something that can aid you in...
Wait, really?
Yeah. Here.
Huh?
Precisely. It periodically soothing
Whoa, what a cool gadget! But if you had it all along, why did you keep it to yourself until just now? We could have come to
How preposterous. We Adepti can only...
Paimon!
As previously mentioned.
Oh, Paimon...
And you went...
The drought is over. But why do you look like you want to cry?
The potion.
I've never regretted meeting you.
Please. Please, no. Have you forgotten? This is the world you left behind. One of gentle breeze and morning dew. This is your home. This is where you belong. You should have never... So that is the truth. No wonder this place is so...
Granny! Granny?
Cloud Retainer.
Your memory.
Wait, did you just call... You already knew each other?
Yes.
Granny, please don't...
Oh, don't worry, my dear child. I'm so... It's all... No. Shuyu.
Please, Granny.
I know, dear. Sometime.
Is this?
I spent many, though she never took. I even contemplated completing my training and becoming an.
50 years ago?
That's right. Master regaled me with many stories of her past deeds. From them, I learned how she had saved people from a similar crisis in the past. She was the one I looked up to the most. More than anything, I dreamt of becoming an adeptus like her. I wanted to travel the land, but I was still. She warned me.
Oh no. So that was.
Was it because of...
Indeed. Although clumsy and impulsive as he was, you'd think he was the real strange bird among the two of us. But still, just like me, I could not help but fall for him. But my time continued to...
Oh no.
I committed an offense. I wanted to stay with him, even if it meant living. I knew I had betrayed Master's hopes, but I was too ashamed to face her. I was convinced that she would not support my decision, and I lacked the courage to speak to her face to face. In my shame, I fled and tried to hide from the world, such that no one would be able to find me again. But that was only along with looking back, I was beyond lucky to have come across that traveling merchant at Wangshu Inn. It was such
Granny!
Coincidence, Master.
Human custom. One still remembers when you were but one found you.
Wait! Paimon's so glad.
One was furious upon receiving your letter. Seized with anger, one set out to bring you to your senses.
Skyward!
In truth, but soon, wishing to grant you a life without. As for how to, one took as one expect. One was quite torn.
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah!
Nevertheless, one would speak to you about another matter, if you are amenable, even considering your loss of memory. One was simply flabbergasted that you could so easily forget the consequences of consuming medicine infused with adeptal blood. Its proclivity to attract monsters is hardly that complicated of a concept to remember. To think that you tried to travel while weak from sickness and heavy with child. Had one not intervened to clear the fog, all of you would have been lost during the night.
Scatter!
Make way for the Adeptus!
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter! Yeah!
Those monsters would... One was, in the end, to see you...
Yeah! Skyward!
Now you should have a complete understanding of the events.
Wait. But if that's true, then the crane who took care of me when I was sick must also be...
One had almost neglected to recount the absurdities of that tale. Just as you went upon when one asked, one had no choice but to apply powder to one's body. It bears meant, perhaps. Now, one has still, one could not reveal your identity right away. Memories are most meaningful when recalled.
Master, I must ask.
One has when it is time, 'tis a refuge. One speaks, of course, of a place not unlike. 40 years ago, you. Fortunately, you were able to.
So.
One will help her.
She's gotta go back to being a regular crane, huh?
Master, you've already done more than enough. I don't know how I could possibly repay your kindness. This is a better result than I could have ever hoped for. How much time do I have left?
Not long. The transformation is imminent.
Granny, please don't leave, okay? You're all I have left.
Don't be sad, dear child. Don't forget to eat. Good girl. Good girl. I won't stop. That's a good girl.
I'll eat well, Granny. I promise.
That's a good... I'm so sorry, Master.
Xianyun.
Let her be. At her age, crying is... Tears are a necessary part of matrimony. Now that the issue has been resolved.
I always believed we would see each other again, that our days of separation would finally end, and all my troubles would be behind me. If only things could stay this way forever.
A nightmare? Curious. If you're relaxed, shouldn't your dreams be pleasant?
It was a good dream. It's just...
You weren't ready to wake up. Eloquent as one may be, words of comfort are not one's strong suit. You are doing all you can. One can see your strength of will, your fearlessness in the face of danger. And so, whatever your dream may be, one believes that you shall achieve it. Of course, whenever the perils you face overwhelm you, or you become weary, one is always here for you. After all, as an elder, it is only right to look out for the young ones.
Grilled chicken drumsticks. Huh? Was Paimon sleeping just now? Oh, Paimon wasn't talking to you. Paimon had a dream about eating grilled chicken drumsticks, that's all.
Madam...
Oh, Xianyun, you're awake.
I feel... Madam...
Oh, and...
I know Granny thought, but... Even though Granny... I could become a cool adeptus like you, and help a whole bunch of people, just like Granny wanted to do.
Upon some reflection, one supposes you are no mere mortal. The fact that Yuendai's blood flows through your veins is proof enough of that. If this is what you desire, one shall make it so.
Thank you so much, Madam
Xianyun, are you sure about this? Paimon's gonna let you in on a little secret. We've seen Cloud Retainer's 2 other disciples, and they pretty much eat nothing but bitter herbs like Genshin and violet grass. If you join them, you'll never enjoy Wanmin Restaurant's delicious cooking ever again.
How utterly preposterous. Every individual must find their own path to enlightenment.
Well, you say that, but Paimon's not seeing any tasty treats up here now, is she?
Although Mount Outsong is rich in natural beauty, its location does... That is precisely...
Whoa! You're leaving Mount Outsong?
One has never concerned one's... Yet in the end, all of one's disciples ended up in Liyue Harbor. Ganyu, Shenhe, Yuendai... They all chose a life among the mortal world. One has reflected on this fact for many years now. One is most... Why are you all so
Paimon is... just a bit shocked, that's all. So, does this mean we can grab a meal together in Liyue Harbor sometime?
One has precious little time to squander. However, if one finds one will be assuming the...
Don't worry, we'll help you keep it a secret. So, when can we expect to start seeing you in the city?
Perhaps in 2 days' time. One has already...
Seems like you've been out?
A sensible plan. Oh, also, why don't you take this suspense somnium mechanism as a souvenir?
Awesome! Hey, didn't we promise Xingqiu that we'd tell him what we found out? Should we make a trip to the Feiyun Commerce Guild? It's totally up to you.
Skyward! Scatter!
Ad Astra. Thank you for
In what way? I have to be careful.
We're here, Cloud. Miss Xianyun.
Ah, perfect timing. I'll have you know...
Several...
Indeed. Their family heirloom.
Yep, they've...
Hear that? Had I not found myself in need of... doubt their authenticity any further, and I may just decide to take them to another buyer.
Whoa, 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 whoa! Please don't go! I apologize for any—
An expert, you say? Very well. I will wait for a little while longer, then. Traveler, Paimon, this is my new residence. If you have cause to seek my company in the future, this is where you can find me.
Master! Oh, it's you two again.
Xianyun! You got a new...
Mm-hmm.
Huh? You know how...
Master, I brought in most of my stuff.
Fret not. I shall help you move them into your room.
Actually, I should probably, sort through my stuff a bit first.
It appears my young apprentice has her own fair share of secrets. No matter. Do what you must, child. Now, this expert you mentioned.
Soon. Here, allow me to make some introductions. This is Mr. Zhongli. Oh, Mr. Zhongli, this is Miss Xianyun. She's the one who...
If it isn't Miss Xianyun. It has been quite some time since our last meeting. What a serendipitous reunion.
Indeed, most serendipitous. Have you been faring well as of late, Mr. Zhongli?
Quite well, thank you. I was fortunate enough over the past few days to enjoy... Indeed.
You are too kind, Mr. Zhongli. True collectors pride themselves on their wealth of knowledge and eye for detail.
Why?
Not at all, Mr. Zhongli. Not at all.
While I am loath to butt into this conversation, you two already knew each other, and you seem to have quite a cordial relationship.
Ha! A preposterous accusation!
Miss Xianyun speaks the truth. Contracts are built on honesty and trust.
Say no more. Let us depart.
I jest. What fool would still harbor doubts after Mr. Zhongli himself has vouched for the... I deeply apologize for doubting you. So,
There is no cause for concern. They are indeed rare and precious valuables. Take the same can be said. I am sure you have heard from your travels that the study of...
All right. Then, in that case, Miss Xianyun, I'll take the lot.
The Northland Bank?
Zhongli!
My friends, have you been doing well?
We've been great!
My days have... As for you, Miss...
I must say, the name Xianyun sounds exceedingly strange coming from you. Perhaps you could dispense of that particular...
Whatever for.
Well, that is true, but... One has indeed. One's previous days were all brief. Now that one has this city...
Not unlike the ocean tides, so too shall the movement of people.
All right, that's enough reflection for one day.
You make a valid point.
Perhaps you have forgotten.
Oh?
It was a reunion.
Ha! Hard. It is settled then. One has already passed...
It should...
Xianyun, come now. It is time to dine. Ah, this gentleman over here is Mr. Zhongli. He is,
A humble employee of Wangsheng Funeral Parlor.
Nice to meet you too, Mr.
That should be everyone, right?
Sounds good. Actually, Master, have you ever tried Adeptus' temptation? I heard it's impossible to stop eating after even just one bite.
That sounds rather implausible. Although with the right preparation, certain
Huh? Why are you all walking so fast? Hey, wait for Paimon! Hey, wait up!
Stray clouds converge! Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!